Well, hello there and welcome to episode number 48 of the Daily Sales Message, where each and every single day for at least the last 48 days in a row now, we've provided you with a piece of simple, actionable sales advice that's designed to help you improve your confidence and your performance. If you're new around here, my name is James Newell and I teach people how to sell for a living. For me, it comes in two distinct parts and they're in this order. The first one is you have to have a clear sales message. People have to understand what you're trying to sell to them. And secondly, you need to have what I call selling confidence. You have to be able to navigate a sales conversation, a sales situation comfortably and confidently. In this episode, this edition of the Daily Sales Message, we're talking about bakery money. Bakery money. Now, this was inspired by, and I'd just like to point out that pretty much everything I talk about on the Daily Sales Message and in all of my stuff with clients and students, etc., a lot of it comes from real world observation, from real life, things that are really working for real businesses in real life, and just decoding those and understanding how to use them in your own business. I was recently on a holiday in France in my rock and roll lifestyle. We went to the bakery. I can't remember the word for that. Is it boulangerie? I'm not sure. But we went to the bakery and there was an interesting machine at the counter. Most people were paying by card. So they tapped their contactless card and that was it. But a couple of people paid by cash, and they had an automatic kind of banknote reading machine where you fed the banknote in, a bit like one of those self-service tills that you see in the supermarkets, fed the banknote in, dropped the coins in, and it did the transaction. The point being, the people behind the counter didn't have to touch the money. Something I've noticed that really irks me, and maybe you've noticed this too, people that work in kind of coffee shops and delis and this and that, where they're handling food and money, they wear gloves, but they'll handle the food and the money with the same pair of gloves. So all they're really protecting are their own hands, which is interesting. Maybe that's just me being OCD. I don't know. But I was really impressed and really inspired by this notion of they've recognized the fact that handling cash is a dirty thing and we want to keep that separate from the food. So they have these special machines in there to take the money, take the cash, so they don't have to do it. The question is, in your business, there will be 1,000,001, maybe 1,001 small little tweaks and improvements like this you can make that your buyers will really appreciate you for, and it will make things even more streamlined and easier. The question is, how do we find them? And the best way to do that is to speak to your buyers. When was the last time you asked a client for feedback and said, hey, what do you like about what we're doing? What don't you like? For a lot of people, it's never. Absolutely never, which is a shame, because if you speak to your buyers and clients and users, whatever you call them, and you ask for their feedback, that's what really, really matters. And the same things will come up. This, oh, if you could do this, or if you could stop doing that, if only you could do this, but in that way, blah, blah, blah. It's an absolute gold mine of information for improving your offering and just serving the people that you sell to better. When you improve the service you offer and you make those little tiny tweaks and improvements, that's what really counts to people. And that's why, as an English person, I noticed this on my holiday in France. I've come back to the UK and I'm recording a podcast about this bakery. I think it was called Sophie. The bakery was called Sophie, and there's a chain of them where we were in France. But I'm recording a podcast about this. I think I'm still in France. Recording a podcast about this because I was that impressed by it. Because for me, I've noticed that handling food and money with gloves thing. Maybe there's handling food and money with gloves things happening in your business that you don't even know about, that you could really easily fix and change if only you would ask. So, to cap off the bakery money episode, I want to ask you to start to speak to your buyers. And when I say speak, I mean vocally. Actually call them, ask them, speak to them. Don't email them. This isn't really email kind of territory. Speak to them, ask for their feedback, ask what you can improve, take notes and pay attention, because trust me, the clues are there. Right, that's it for this episode of the Daily Sales Message. In tomorrow's episode, we're going from bakery money today to selling like a window cleaner tomorrow. How exciting. So in episode number 49 of the Daily Sales Message, I'm going to help you to sell like a window cleaner. How exciting. Tune in for that. If you haven't already hit the like or subscribe button, left us a review, I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. Or if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. It's always nice to connect with people and hear from them and hear how they're implementing some of the strategies. I nearly called them cool strategies then. You can decide that. Some of the cool strategies that we talk about in the Daily Sales Message. I'll see you tomorrow.